Hello and welcome to another episode of the Portrait Profit Show. Thank you for being here on this wonderful, beautiful Monday. Uh, we have some special stuff to share with you today. We have some things that are coming up in the near future that will benefit photographers. And I want to bring on there's two entities that help make this show possible. Obviously, I'm Jim Landers of Landers Photography School, but it wouldn't happen without Digital Pro Lab and Amanda. So I'm going to bring Amanda on to share a little bit about what she's doing. Hi, Amanda.
Hey everybody, hey Jim. It was good to see you yesterday online for your instant gratification tournament. So I hope that went really well. How did it go?
It did. It went really well. We had 41 photographers compete. There's each year there's 15 different topics, and the grand champion of last year is the one who chooses those topics or those categories. And so we have a new grand champion this year, and her name is Jessica Fruget, and she now has. It's like she's taken the crown from Jenna and is now going to be responsible for doing a handful of things. And so we're proud of her and all of those who participated and all of the 19 volunteers that it took to make it happen. And we really appreciate Digital Pro Lab's contribution because you donated thousands, and I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating, thousands of dollars worth of prizes towards this event. So we really appreciate you and your contribution to the San Antonio and photography community and beyond.
No, absolutely. We love doing it. You know that our tagline is where photo takers become printmakers here at Digital Pro Lab. And, you know, we live it, we breathe it, we encourage it in everything that we do, especially in our sponsorships that we, engage in, whether it's something like this. You know, we're giving discounts at the end of this show so that people are encouraged and incentivized to print their work. It's not just about snapping that photo, going on and editing it, posting it online, and then doing nothing with it after that. You can even see I practice what I preach too. I've got, I don't know if y'all can see, but the prints behind me, we do all of our own printing as well. It's very important. And, for the tournament, we really, really do want to encourage that. And we were really excited not only to give prizes for that, but also to give, one free 11 by 14 to every single person that participated, whether you were an actual shooting participant or a volunteer, because we want to value those volunteers as well and all the time that they dedicate to bringing our community together, our photography community together. It's very important. And then, of course, we have Portrait Profits that we do every Monday with you, Jim. And we love doing that as well because you're bringing valuable information to the community, to the photography community. And I think you and I have been very well aligned in achieving that. And I hope that we're doing that for the photographers that, want to join us on these Monday days at noon, or even the one that we have. I think it's every second Monday is at 6:30. Where we have typically a panel discussion or we kind of go a little bit deeper onto a topic. I know we're going to be doing that here in the coming weeks for that one as well. Apart from that, Digital Pro Lab's also a big sponsor at tonight's event. I know I feel like it's been a little while from the get-go of the planning of this. I know Tara and all of her team have been doing a great job to all culminate into what's going to happen tonight, where we have photographers, a lot of them photographers that have never printed their work before, or photographers that don't often print their work. So they're going to be showing their prints in person to quite a few people. I'm hoping that I know the turnout for us is going to be great. We've got a lot of our employees that are going to be going out there. I've heard a lot of buzz from a lot of people that they're going to be going out there. Jim, I'm sure you're going to be out there as well at Hermanson's tonight to show some love and support to our photography community here in San Antonio, especially those that are presenting. But it's a great networking opportunity for all of us, to meet each other in person, especially when, for the last year and a half, we haven't really seen each other in person. So I know we'll all be safe as we're out there. But but it is time. It is time to get together and give each other kind of that pat on the back, for coming together, for sharing your work. We've all done a lot of work as far as photographers go, and it's time that we share it. And one of the ways that Digital Pro Lab wants our community, our photography community, to share their work is obviously through print. Print is a very big part of what we do. Obviously, that is what we do. And as far as portrait profits, the profit part of what we talk about, and I know Jim talks about this very often, is being able to sell your work. And one of the things is to create value, and there's no more value than in that print. Somebody can take something away, carry it through to the future, to future generations, put it on their wall, gift it, all of those things. And that's what's important here in photography, at least as far as we're concerned, for what we do, because we see it. We work with a lot of different types of people, not just photographers, which is why our tagline says photo takers instead of just photographers, because anybody that takes a photo, especially all of our archivists, we have a lot of older individuals that come in and share their photos with us and share their stories. And those prints are really just an incentive to share your story, and prints do that. They're the campfire, so to speak. So we do a lot here at Digital Pro Lab. If you're not familiar with us, we're at 10103 San Pedro here in San Antonio, Texas. You can visit us online at digitalprolab.com. We encourage you to come out. It's not scary. If you've never printed your photos, that's what we're here for. We are the experts at what we do, and we want you to become an expert. So education is 100% what we dedicate our time and working with our customers to do, is educate you so that you know and are confident that what you see on your screen is what you're going to get in print, and you're happy with it, and learn all the different types of paper, all the different types of finishing surfaces, all the different types of ways that you can be unique and show your work in a unique and creative way, especially when if you're showing, showing next to somebody else, you want to stand out. We want to make sure to help that process happen and really show your creativity through the print. So we encourage you all to come out to Digital Pro Lab if you haven't been out yet. Otherwise, we'll see you soon if we have. All right, Jim.
Wow. Lots of wonderful stuff. Thank you, Amanda. Amanda has definitely put a lot of effort into the Elevate exhibition that's going to be happening this evening that she mentioned just a moment ago. Are you going to be able to make it out there? Or you've got a million things on your plate. I'd be surprised if you had the ability to do that.
Oh, I'm going to be there. Absolutely.
Good.
I try and make every effort that I possibly can to be in person at the shows that are popping up, especially where I know that our photographs that are coming in, our prints are being displayed. We want to show as a lab that not only are we there to support you and your printing efforts as the lab, but we're there to support you as, part of the photography community, and you have us cheering you on physically in person. So absolutely, Ray's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Several of our employees are going to be there as well, because we like to see it. We don't get to see it often enough outside of coming off of a printer or being packaged or being handed to you. We don't always get to see that full-fledged print in frame, on the wall, just presented in all of its glory. So when we get to do it, we're absolutely going to be there to support y'all.
That's fantastic. Well, I guess I'll be seeing you this evening in addition to right now. So
I'm here to get dressed up, so it's an excuse.
Yeah, good. You look like you're dressed up right now.
No, just from here up.
That's great. Well, the Elevate exhibition, there are 20 something participants in it, but it's open to everybody. So if you have, even if you're not participating with the print, you still are encouraged, and I certainly am encouraging you, and Amanda's encouraging you, show up to this event. You can buy a ticket at the door. I believe the tickets are $28 for this event, and it's from 4 to 10, as you see here on the screen right now, at the Herman Sons building downtown. You can Google that and find it pretty easily. It's kind of cool because it was built 110 years ago. Wow. I don't know about you, but I like that kind of thing. Yeah. So come see both Amanda and I this evening at the Elevate exhibition. So once again, thank you for all that you do, Amanda, for the San Antonio photography community.
Absolutely. Love to do it.
Oh, you're going to be speaking at PPSA next month.
I am on November 17th. I'm going to be speaking on the power of partnerships. So those of you that are looking to expand your businesses, which if you're here, that's probably what you're trying to do. One of the ways that Digital Pro Lab has become as successful as we have is through different types of partnerships. And it's something that I love, creating those relationships with people, figuring out how I can help somebody else can help us, and it can be mutually beneficial so that it leads to the success of both parties. Or in some cases, we actually have partnerships where there's about 3 or 4 different businesses, people, or entities that are working collectively together to lift everybody up. And Porter Profits is another example of that. Landers Photography School and Digital Pro Lab are partnering to do something that's not only beneficial for each other as companies, but also for the people that we're helping and we're serving. And really, at the end of the day, those of you that are watching are absolutely in partnership with us too, because otherwise we'd be talking to nothingness into a vacuum, just, do nothing. And, so that's really important. So those powers of partnerships, that's what I'm going to be talking about. It's something I'm very passionate about and something that I think that not enough people do. And it's really something that you should be leveraging as a company in order to expand your business. So I'm really excited to be talking to PPSA this next month about the power of partnerships and how it can help.
Fantastic. Yeah. And aren't you doing something with the Greater San Antonio Camera Club in just a few days?
Yes, on the 21st, which is this Thursday, we actually have an in-person print competition here at Digital Pro Lab. It starts at 7:30, and basically you just bring a print, hopefully printed here at Digital Pro Lab, but if it wasn't, bring it anyways. We just get together. There's I would say about 30 or so people that come and present their work in 5 different categories to actually place first, second, third, and then honorable mention in the 5 different categories. If I'm remembering correctly, let's see, one of them is monochrome. So if you're like me, you love shooting black and white, that's all you. There's nature, there's landscape, there's pictorial, which from my understanding really is just anything. And then there's creative. So if you're really, really heavy into kind of like photo manipulation and that sort of stuff, then you have a category there as well. That you can participate just by bringing a print in. The print doesn't have to be very large. It can be anywhere between 8x10 and 16x20 size. It's well lit. The judges are actually live judging it in front of you and also critiquing it. It's all very positive critiques that you can walk away with. So, really, it's just about a 2-hour session where we're, again, lifting each other up, encouraging each other, and that's really just what we do, what we enjoy doing as part of different partnerships that Digital Pro Lab has. So join us if you can this Thursday, 7:30 at Digital Pro Lab. Again, that address is 10103 San Pedro. So I hope you can join us for that as well. Thanks, Jim, for reminding me of all these things that we're doing.
Of course. If anyone in this area, in the greater San Antonio area, says there's not enough things to do for photographers, they simply aren't paying attention. There are a lot of opportunities for photographers, a lot of beautiful places in San Antonio to get your camera out and just have some fun on a beautiful, say, Saturday morning or Thursday afternoon at the Greater San Antonio Camera Club event that's happening in Digital Pro Lab. There's so many opportunities. The one tonight, the one yesterday, you can't make it to that one because it passed, but the one tonight you can. There's lots and lots of opportunities. Amanda and I are definitely supporting these. Some of them we do are our own events. Others are ones that we are participating in some way. We're just supporting in some way. And there's a lot more that we don't do that because there's a lot of other people who uplift photographers. We're not the only ones. And there are so many photography opportunities. Every once in a while, I come across someone who says there's nothing to do. How is this possible? I don't understand that concept. There's so much to do. Amanda spends all of her time working towards uplifting photographers. I spend all of my time lifting up, doing things to uplift other photographers, and there's others just like us. And you just being here are not only uplifting yourself, but others, because someone is looking at you. Someone's looking to you for advice. They're looking to you as an example, and they're emulating something about what you're doing. No matter how new you are, someone has looked at you and said, oh, that sounds interesting. I might want to do that too. And so you are uplifting other photographers, even if you didn't intend to. Your being here helps you to be better at that. You attending these different events for photographers helps you be better at that, helps you to improve yourself and become that better person. We're all, every one of us right now, fantastic people, but we have areas that we could become even more fantastic. And it is in the participation in these kind of events and growing and continuing to learn that you become even more fantastic than you were yesterday. So thank you to Amanda and all those who are doing things, including you watching right now, to uplift the photographer community. All right. Well, thank you, Amanda, and I'll see you later this evening. And I believe you're going to come back on right afterwards to share a promo code that you have for all of us. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. I've got something special that I hope everybody enjoys. So I'll be back on a little bit after and present that promo code so that y'all can use it to print your work and see it on the wall.
Awesome. Thanks, Amanda.
Yeah.
Well, I have a couple of things I want to share with you real quick. Let's see. At the end of this month, and it is on October 31st, but it has nothing to do with Halloween. At the end of this month, there is a small event. This is just a workshop between myself and Todd White. And Todd is an Austin photographer. He is the Lumix ambassador. I assume you're familiar with that camera brand. And Precision Cameras teacher. They have several teachers, but he's one of their main teachers at Precision Camera. He and I are going to be teaching a class, and you see this on your screen right now, Stand Out with Editorial Portraits. This is in person. I want you to bring your camera, whatever tools you have. This is going to be ambient lighting, so you don't need to bring your flash. If you don't have a flash, well, then it's perfect. But what we're going to be doing is causing your photographs to stand out, like magazine quality stand out, with the equipment that you have. We have models that we're going to be working with, so you don't have to be model and photographer. You've probably been to workshops like that, and those are fine too. But we're going to have models. Their job, they know their job. They're going to be doing it. You're going to be photographing them, and Todd and I will be sharing our knowledge. This is mostly going to be Todd's knowledge. I'm going to be there more in support of him because he's got so much to share in this category, because this is what he does and what he excels at. So that is at the end of the month, and that's not that far away. And I want to tell you one more thing, that this workshop is $500. However, because you're here right now, I want you to write something down in addition to that URL that you see there, that tinyurl.com/standout portraits. Write down a promo code that's going to reduce that $500 down to $189. Yeah, use the word promo code NOW. NOW, all lowercase. Write that down now, because that drops the price from $500 to $189. That promo code now. Now that's not going to exist forever. That is now because we want to make sure that we have we've got some things that we have to pay for ahead of time, like the models and a handful of other things, and we want to get a handful of you guys in right off the bat to make sure we can cover those things ahead of time, and then we'll go back to up to our regular price. So take advantage of that right now. tinyurl.com/standout portraits. And then when you get to the checkout, use promo code NOW to reduce that price. Let's see. And the rest of our classes, seminars, workshops, events, you can find at landersphotoschool.com. And I do recommend when you get there, if you're not on our email list already, get on our email list. You just up at the top, there's a button that says Get Updates, or you could go directly to the web address at landersphotoschool.com /get-updates. But there's a link right on the front page, right at the top. to do that. Get on our email list. That makes it a whole lot easier to know where you're at. Now, we're moving into today's topic of the 3 Ps to individual success. And before I do that, I want to encourage you to comment, to ask questions, to hit that like button, to hit that love button, and to share this with others, because it is in the sharing of this that it expands and becomes beneficial to more people. And when we lift up all photographers, we're professional photographers. Portrait Profit Show. You're either wanting to become a professional photographer or you already are a professional photographer, meaning you want to make an income. You want to pay for those new cameras and lenses and camera case and all that stuff. You want to have money for whatever it is that you find important in your life. Because of that, we have to be thinking about the money side. Now, we're artists, we're creatives. If we could do this for free, a lot of us would. A lot of us would. I wouldn't quit if it was a free thing. I love this stuff. And I feel like the majority of us are in that category. So you are working towards making a profit of this, and you shouldn't feel guilty about making money. The majority of photographers out there are charging a price that's so low that they're actually losing money. They just don't know it yet because they haven't done their numbers. Now, if you think I just charged $100, therefore I have $100 more than I had yesterday, guys, that's not how it works. There are a lot of variables that go into it. And for one, you are a major part of that. If you were an employee, wouldn't you expect to get paid? Of course you would. So if you take all the time you put into this and you divide that by the money you made, a lot of photographers find that they're making less than minimum wage. They could have been flipping burgers for more money than they're making themselves with their own business. So we need to pay attention to those numbers. And a lot of these episodes of Portrait Profits will help you with that in some way. But today we're going to be talking about the 3 Ps to individual success. So before I do that, let me tell you about who I am and what this is all about. I am Jim Landers, and my mission is simple. I help portrait photographers just like you make a great income doing what they love. Each week, you get tips and systems on the business side of photography designed to give you a mastery over marketing and sales, reducing the struggles that most photographers face, so you can finally get what you deserve. You're in the right place. Welcome to the Portrait Profit Show. Today, the 3 Ps to individual success. After writing this lesson, I went on to Google. I had this question in my mind of, I'm writing this through the 3 Ps kind of thing. I know that I've seen this kind of thing before. I wonder how many other 3 Ps there are out there. So I went and did a Google search, and I found huge number. I mean, page after page after page of some articles, some video, something about the 3 Ps to something improving your life, to success of some sort. And so I'm going to go over a couple of those because, man, there were some really good ones. For instance, the 3 Ps of resiliency. Well, those were I'm reading this. It says our ability to deal with hard things is determined by 3 Ps. This was described by Martin Seligman, a well-known psychologist. These Ps are ways that we see the world: personalization, performance, and pervasiveness. He said about personalization, in thinking that the problem is yourself instead of considering other outside things that have caused it. Realizing outside factors have caused a bad situation allows us to reduce the blame and criticism we put on ourselves. He also said permanence is thinking a bad situation is going to last forever. Those who think setbacks are temporary have improved ability to accept and adapt to the future. He also said pervasiveness is thinking a bad situation applies across all areas of your life instead of only happening in one area. People who think bad situations are pervasive feel that all areas of their life are impacted. This can make it hard to carry on. How about this by Bond Collective staff, the 3 Ps of process and product? They said, if you want your business to succeed, you absolutely must focus on 3 key variables: people, process, and product. The 3 Ps, as they are often called, provide the highest return for your efforts because they act as a cornerstone for everything your business does. Their three P's are people. Even if you're going it on your own as a solopreneur or digital nomad, people are integral part of your business. Of course, people refers to workforce, be they on-site employees or remote freelancers, but it also refers to all other relationships that you need to keep your business running smoothly, including customers, vendors, suppliers, advisors, partners, investors. There's a reason people come first in the people, process, product trilogy. Without these stakeholders, your business would flounder. It benefits you to put significant time, effort, and yes, money into cultivating these relationships. Your business depends on it. So that next one the Bond Collective said is process. Process, a large scale concept, is the actions your business takes to perform a specific function. Business of all sizes have a myriad of processes, including delivering a service, creating a product, making a sales presentation, responding to emergencies, answering the phone, providing information to their customers, keeping track of their supplies that are on hand, and even brainstorming and problem solving benefit when you take the time to implement a process, an action plan, if you will, that everyone can follow. The next one that Bond Collective said is product. This is the third of their three. Your product is what your business has to offer. It could be a tangible thing that you can hold on to with your hands, or it could be a service that is only visible by results. Your product, including your brand and your image, is the most visible part of your business and, as such, deserves the lion's share of your focus, but not to the detriment of people and process. They go on to say, in fact, it's imperative to view people, process, and product as a system in which each separate part depends on the part before it. People reinforce the process. Process reinforces the product. Product reinforces the people, and on and on. This goes in the spiral that, if managed correctly, moves in an upward direction and leads to sales success. Again, that was Bond Collective at bondcollective.com. And now Kevin McKenzie says, have a purpose. And he says it's for his three P's, it's the three P's of leadership. His three P's are purpose, passion, and persistence. The first thing that stands out in working with some of the best leaders around the world is their sense of purpose. They have a clear-eyed view of what they want to do and what they're going to do, with a North Star that guides them in all of their actions and interactions. He says they want to make a difference, and this sense of purpose is evident in their authenticity. His first one is leading with passion. There's next one is leading with passion. The second attribute of a remarkable leader is passion. They generally love what they do, and their passion generates a real sense of enjoyment, engagement, and caring. They also infect those around them with energy. We know these people because they're the ones who inspire us through their personal examples. Their combination of purpose and passion make them a formidable force of energy. They set bold visions and motivate us to join their journey to a more desirable future state. And that energy tends to fuel passion in others too. By aligning people while also drawing out value in diverse views, they unlock the potential and energy of people and teams. Again, this is coming from Kevin McKenzie. And in the final one, be persistent. Finally, there's a third ingredient to remarkable leaders, which makes the journey possible, and that's persistence. Noted author and psychologist Angela Duckworth provides some compelling examples of persistence in her book, Grit. External events, resource and financial constraints, and competing agendas are common headwinds that challenge even the most purposeful and passionate of people. The best leaders approach those challenges with steely-eyed determination, knowing that nothing of consequence can be accomplished without hard work and effort. And in the face of adversity, disruption, and technological change, it is persistence that keeps these leaders moving forward. Again, that came from Kevin McKenzie. And you can find more information about him on his LinkedIn page, Kevin McKenzie. The next one is the 3 P's of love. Yeah, I know you're repeating that. In the book Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man by comedian and TV show host Steve Harvey. I know you know who Steve Harvey is. He says the three P's of love are profess, provide, and protect. How to know if he loves you? According to Steve Harvey, one of the best things you can do to have a happy relationship with men is learn how men love, which differs from how women love. A woman's love is sweet, kind, compassionate, passionate, and on display for the world to see. If men love differently, then how do you know if he loves you? Well, a man's love can be boiled down to three actions, or the three P's of love: profess, provide, and protect. If you can understand these three aspects, you'll see more clearly when a man does and doesn't love you. And if he does love you, you'll recognize just how much he does in his own way. When a man professes for all to hear, Harvey says that you know a man loves you when he gives you a title in public. Whether he introduces you as his girlfriend, lady, I'm not going to read all the ones that he says, sweetheart, this title means that you're important in his heart. He's also putting everyone on notice that you're his and not available. Men like to stake claim to things. If he introduces you to people, he cares about you with a title. He's letting them all know you're his. If your man tells people you're his friend or simply gives your name, Steve says that's not it. When a man provides whatever he has to give, this is his second P. Once your man has claimed you, he will do everything in his power to provide for you. Harvey explains providing is part of the male DNA. If a man really loves you, he will make sure the bills are paid, that there's food in the refrigerator. He will spend his money making sure you and any children you have everything you need before he spends money on himself. A man's ego takes a massive hit if he can't provide for the ones he loves. This concept may be hard for you to hear. Times have changed, and you've been brought up to be independent. You've been told to pay your own way or not expect anything from men. But if you want to make your man happy, you need to let him take care of you. It's part of what drives him. And if he can't fulfill his innate responsibility, he can't feel like a man, at least not with you. That's Steve Harvey. I might have a difference of opinion, but that's Steve Harvey. There's a lot of things I agree with in that. And let's keep things fair here. Here's a woman's perspective on the three P's. This is by Gladys Diaz, and it's most important to a man. It's her three P's that are most important to a man, and she says provide for, protect, and please the women they love. You can find more information about that on her website, heartsdesireinternational.com. That was Gladys Diaz. And then let's see. Amanda says, I have the three P's for printing. I love it. The three P's of success by Jean Lanahan. So Jean says passion, patience, and perseverance. Under passion, it's the flame that keeps the fire going in all aspects of our lives. And the flame needs to be nurtured in our relationships and in our goals and inspirations. Often our lives get entwined in the mundane. We live each day, work, eat, sleep, without giving a single thought to our core happiness. Take the time to find what makes you tick, happy, thrive. Find your passion. Jean says about patience, Rome wasn't built in a day. I remind myself when I get ahead of the game or impatient with my family. When my kids get frustrated, I remind them to try again. Most of us measure our success on the parameters set by others. No wonder some feel like failures. If you have a passion for something but still aren't good at it, it's okay. Be patient and then practice some more. And of perseverance, Jean says, it takes perseverance and determination to take control and make things go your way. It takes dedication and follow through to do most anything. If something is worth it for you, it's worthy of pursuing. Your passion to do well is real. Trust it. You may even be successful. So that again was from Gene Lanahan. And if you want more information on that one, it's at capenews.net. That was capenews.net. How about the 3 Ps of putting innovation into practice? This is by Jorge Barba. Putting innovation into practice. You have to start with culture, the shared beliefs and behaviors before focusing on methods. A better way to visualize the 3 Ps: philosophy, people, and processes. Under philosophy, Jorge says, this is where you start. It's about purpose. What culture do you want to create and why? About people, he says, who are you? Who's a part of the culture you want to create? And who will drive it? And about process, Jorge says, this is about how, what tools and practices help you execute your philosophy. These are people who have great instincts and thinking capability. They shouldn't be discarded, because innovation in as much about attitude and perspective is about as much about attitude and perspective as it is about process. Most organizations focus on processes, treating people as cogs in the machine. They believe that giving people tools will save them the work of developing people's mindsets. Even worse, sometimes they believe they already have the culture. I'm not saying tools don't matter, they do, but mindset matters more. That is Jorge Barba. If you want more about what he has to say, then go to game-changer.net, game-changer.net. How about someone who's graduated from the Wharton School of Business and what they say? This is Rod Robinson, and he's got the 3 Ps of career success. I can't tell you exactly how to find your gifts, but I can offer some advice for harnessing them when you do. These are the 3 Ps necessary for entrepreneurial success. Maybe you get to excess too. Passion. Without passion, you may as well forget your mission. Passion separates winners from losers. If all else is equal, bet on the team or individual with the most passion. Why is passion important? People feel strongly about things rooted in their passions. You know you are truly passionate about something when you are willing to do it for free and take on significant risk. The second P is patience. Patience enables you to stay the course even under the most difficult circumstances. There are no shortcuts to success. Be patient, stay focused, and stay true to yourself. And Rod Robinson's third is perseverance. Be persistent in pursuit of your goals and dreams. He says, I found that the hard work of entrepreneurship can only be sustained by more hard work. Things always develop slower than you expect. Entrepreneurship always takes more capital than you think. And there's always Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will undoubtedly go wrong. He ends this with, but is there a better way to go through life than waking up every morning to do what you absolutely love, while simultaneously making life easier for others? Rod Robinson. You can go to magazine.wharton.upenn.edu. Magazine.wharton.upenn, University of Pennsylvania, .edu. Now, Candace Elliott has her 3 Ps, the 3 Ps of success. Her 3 Ps are people, product, and process. The people you surround yourself with matters. Everyone wants to fit in with people around them. That can't be a bad thing if the people around you are into bad things like drugs. And that can be a good thing when the people you surround yourself with are successful. Product. This is Candace's second P. For most of us, we are the product. We sell ourselves. So we have to refine our product. Everyone wants to improve their financial situation by making more money. But to do so, you have to improve you. That's the personal in personal finance. So how can you become a better product? And Candace Elliott's third is process. Do you have to think about brushing your teeth or putting on shoes? No, you've done it for years. You've had a process in place to do these things. They're second nature. Everything in your life can be almost as easy as those things when you develop a process for them. Again, that was Candace Elliott. You can learn more about her by going to listenmoneymatters.com. listenmoneymatters.com. And this, let's see, the 3 P's of sustainability are a well-known and accepted business concept. The P's referred to in this one, people, planet, and profit, and are often referred to as the triple bottom line. And that one, you can just go to futurelearn.com. So you can get more information about that one, futurelearn.com. How about Corey Clark? He says that the 3 P's of business apply to every business, from airlines to furniture manufacturers to home cleaners. The P's, or pillars of business, are people, process, and product. These pillars hit every facet of business and should be on top of every business owner's and manager's mind when looking at ways to improve their business. Most businesses can survive with only 2 P's, but the best companies, the companies that are the top in their industry, will use all 3 P's. And you can get more information about that from Corey Clark's LinkedIn page. So just go to linkedin.com and enter in the search Corey Clark. How about the 3 P's of optimism? Very helpful to face uncertainty in tough times, says Javi Roca. And that's Javi with an X. Javi Roca. The first P is personalization. It is understanding that not everything that happens to us happens because of us. Many people, when facing problems, guilt themselves. They suffer because they are the cause of their problems. And sometimes it can be true, but not always. Some or most of the problems we face are not our fault. Understanding this simple idea can help you overcome those hardships. The second P is pervasiveness. It's the belief that an event will affect all areas of our life. Sometimes people think that after a serious problem, everything else is now a problem. After suffering a hardship, many people tend to think negatively about most elements of their life. In this way, Seligman recommends focusing on areas that are not negative, to really value the positive things most people have in their lives. And the third P is performance. It is the belief that the negative feelings will not last forever, or is the negative belief that feelings will last forever. It is the feeling that we will not be able to overcome the problem, that the bad situation isn't going to end. It's obvious that no problem lasts forever, that often time can heal pain. As Anthony Lucian, an American poet and author, said, pain will come with time, and time will heal the pain. When focusing on serious problems, we have to understand that we need to overcome them. As Martin Seligman says, it is the combination of reasonable talent and the ability to keep going in the face of defeat that leads to success. If you want more information on that, go to javiroca.com. That's XAVIROCA.com. How about the 3 P's of selling? This is by Martin Limbeck. Passion, pride, perseverance. Of passion, Martin says, first, you have to have passion for what you do. That's what drives you every day. It's what nobody can stop you from doing. It's what doesn't feel like work. You need to be passionate about your products and services, your clients, and about being an entrepreneur and passionate about selling. Second, be pride. You need a healthy amount of pride. Be proud of what you're doing and what you have to offer. Selling is not some shady business. After all, it's what brings your company money. We're not snake oil salesmen. We strive for a deal that benefits both our clients and ourselves. It's important to operate on an even footing rather than subjugating ourselves to the will of our clients. The client is king, all right, but you need to know where to draw the line. It is our pride which earns us not only self-respect, but the respect of our clients. And Martin Limbeck, is perseverance. Third, you must have perseverance. Most products don't buy after the call or contact. Most prospects don't buy after the first call or contact. In fact, in most cases, it takes quite a number of attempts to win over the decision maker. But most sales professionals give up too easily. From my experience as a sales professional and entrepreneur, 50% of all sales professionals call or contact their prospect just once. Only 7% don't give up after 3 calls. On the other hand, as little as 2% of prospects buy after the first call or contact, whereas 80% of prospects require 5 to 10 contacts before they buy. Therefore, what salespeople need is polite perseverance. Keep at it. If you want to be better than the average salesperson, and you are a salesperson, you need to try harder than average. For me personally, I think that's exactly where my German discipline comes in handy. Nobody arrives at victory lane without consistent, deliberate practice. In time, diligence will always surpass talent. Work hard. Don't give up. Keep your motor running and you'll make it to the finish line. Before you hit that road, make sure you check your equipment and your attitude towards selling. Don't forget the 3 P's of selling. Along for the ride are passion, pride, and perseverance. With that equipment, you can go anywhere you want. Your attitude towards selling is vital to your success. It's a basic necessity. Just like your car, if there's one thing you do to keep your car running, you change your oil on a regular basis. Your attitude is the oil for your sales engine. Keep it fresh, and it will keep your motor running. Again, that was Martin Limbeck. You can get more information about Martin and what he says at NASP.com. NASP.com. How about the 3 P's of depression? Well, Andrew Huber is quoting, this is a third person who has quoted Dr. Martin Seligman. According to Dr. Martin Seligman, depressed cognition usually boils down to 3 thoughts: personal, pervasive, and permanent. Each of these build on one another into potent triple combination. Personal thinking means that instead of thinking of an external source of blame, a person might attribute the problem to as a personal flaw. Often they might blame themselves for the situation more than what is appropriate. Words like, "It's just because I'm not likable," or "they think I'm shy," can sometimes bring us to a place of giving ourselves too much negative credit. You can get more information about him at cpccounseling.com. cpccounseling.com. And the 3 P's of productivity: Business Systems, Business Mindset by Yvonne of Ask Evie. Her 3 P's, productivity, is what we all want, right? But for some reason, it seems out of reach for so many people. We get caught up in a cycle of just spinning our wheels and trying to keep us as life continually throws new data and new stuff at us. I want to tell you that it's okay to be overwhelmed. We've all been there. However, you don't have to stay that way. I've created this amazing new system that has helped me increase my productivity and reduce the overwhelm. Her 3 Ps are plan, process, and prepare. Putting the system into place in my business has helped me increase the number of things I can get done every single day. To make the system work for you, you'll need a way to take notes throughout the day. A digital notepad. Be sure to check out, this is something that I didn't mean to leave in there. It was a sales thing. For everything I do during the day, I take notes. These notes are the core of making the system work because I can't remember everything I do in a day. Can you? So when I'm on a call with a client, I take detailed notes, writing their name and the date on the top of the page, along with the specific information about what we talked about. If I'm taking a course, I put the course info and the day's date at the top of the page. Maybe I have a coffee or chat or a collaboration call. Everything gets written down in my notes for the day. So her 3 were process, plan, and prepare. If you want more information about hers, go to Ask Evie, that's YVI.com. AskYVI.com. So, you know what? That's a lot of powerful P's. But I'm talking about the P's to individual success, things that affect all aspects of your life. You get to define it. No, you must define it. Individual success is comprised of 3 main things and 1 bonus P that encompasses them all. My 3 Ps to individual success: physical, personal, professional. And the all-encompassing P, purpose. There are a lot of ways we could discuss purpose, but because this is a business class, we are speaking in terms of doing what we enjoy involving money-making activities and goals. A purpose-driven life is essential for happiness, because without a sense of purpose, we're going to feel lost, maybe unsure of what to even do next. The 3 things about purpose that I believe: 1, you need to enjoy it. Whatever your purpose is, we have to enjoy it. If we don't enjoy it, maybe it's not our purpose. 2, you're good at it and you're excited to get better at it. And number 3, because this is Portrait Profits, I can make a great income with it. The impact that we have measured with results is commonly referred to as key performance indicators. If you've taken any business classes within the last 20 years, you've heard of KPIs, key performance indicators. And these generally are applied to business. And they should be applied to business. But I think they should also be applied to us as individuals and the individual success that we have. We need to have key performance indicators for us. Write down your intentions and measure your actions and expectations. This is quality control. Set up measurable indicators so that you know where you're at every stage of the journey. 2 things. 1, make a commitment to complete the creation of this path. And number 2, make a commitment to get on that path. Homework assignment. Write your personal mission, vision, and value statements. What is your personal mission? What's your vision? What do you see for your future? What do you want? What do you want to make happen in your life? Things just don't happen. I mean, they do, but that means you have no control. You do have control. So what's your vision? What would you like your life to look like? Your vision statement. And then value statements. What do you believe in? Now, you know what you believe in to the extent of you hear something you don't like, you know you don't like it. But have you ever written down what you believe in? Write down your value statements. Homework assignment. Now the 3 P's. First, physical. This includes both physical as well as mental health. This includes diet, exercise, strength, perseverance, ability to adapt to change, and mental clarity. How do you want to feel? Happy? Energetic? You got to be more specific than that. Everybody wants to be happy. What is your happy? How do you want to look? Do you have a weight goal? Whatever it is, write it. Your KPI could be related to food. It could be related to workouts. It could be related to sleep. It could be related to weight loss. But write it down. What is that key performance indicator? What are you heading towards? Maybe you need steps along the way, and I definitely recommend those. But write them down. Measurable intentions and goals for building, for maintaining, for optimizing the things that are important to you. Your key performance indicators. Now, P for personal. The people you spend time with, including yourself. This is self, family, this is friends, this is neighbors, this is coworkers, wherever and whoever you spend time with. Who are these people? How do you feel? Excuse me, how do people feel working with you and being around you? How do I respond to, say, family? How do I respond to friends? How do I respond to those who I just come into contact occasionally? And how do I want to be perceived? How much fear do I have, and how are my decisions affected by them? Who am I spending time with? Now, your key performance indicators are going to be related to who you're working with. So your spouse, your children, close friends, and whatever others that you are that are important to you. And you're going to think, I want you to consider things like impact. What impact do you have on them? What impact do they have on you? Reciprocity. Is this a one-sided street? Is it just you doing everything? Is there some give and take? What ideally would you like? Communication. There's always ways to improve communication, but write down what your ideal version is. What are your key performance indicators? And time and attention. How much time do you want to dedicate to your spouse, to your children, to close friends, to other? How much attention do you want to give them? Time and attention. Those are the 4: impact, reciprocity, communication, time and attention. Time and attention is 1, by the way. What relationships would you like to strengthen? What relationships would you like to create that don't exist yet? And which relationships need to be reduced as far as time and attention, or even eliminated? This is part of your plan. And finally, professional. Indirect relationships value exchanges with our environment, including our ability to innovate, our creativity, our ability to produce, how we get paid. What is your brand? Who are you? What do you want to be perceived as? Are you respected to those who you want to be received well? The influence that you have, the resources, the potential resources that you have. So both the resources and the potential resources that you have. What is your ability to produce? What can you do? What are you doing versus what can you do? What do you want to do? So let's talk about those key performance indicators and considerations. So key performance indicators: money, your income. How much money do you want to make? When do you want to make it by? Considerations: is your business bringing in the money that you need to? And when? Influence on your target market. Who is it that's doing what you want? What client is acting the way you want them to? They're taking the steps necessary to do business with you. And then describe size or number. The third one is innovation and creativity, your joy, your progress. To what degree are these things meaningful? So these are three important ones in professional: the income, your money, your influence on your target market, your innovation and creativity. Define how much you need to make to reach the goals you've set. So you have to define what you want and how much it's going to cost, both money and time. Plan for retirement, plan for the kids' education, get a new car every few years, bigger home, go on multiple vacations per year. Want to help out charities or individuals in need? Add it. Add anything that's important to you. Put it on a timeline. And we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But just like driving a car, you choose what roads, what paths you're going to take to get where you want to go. But unlike driving, not only do you choose your path, but you must also create and maintain your path with a well thought out, structured plan. Let's talk about three things about assessing your situation, your current situation. One is environment. Is your environment conducive for your growth? The people, the computer you're using, the chair you're sitting in, the lighting, the temperature, anything that can affect you. Is it right for your continued growth? That was environment. First one in assessing your situation. Number two in assessing your situation is knowledge. What do you still need to learn? What areas can you improve? I want you to define a knowledge plan for your continuing education. You cannot stop that part of the process. You cannot say, I'm too busy to learn. You can't do it. Things change too quickly. I don't know if you'd be surprised to hear, but I still take classes. I have a degree in photography, 4-year degree. I've been doing this for 30 years as of this year, a full-time photographer. What else do I have to learn? Are you kidding me? What I've learned is there is so much to learn that even if I was a full-time learner, I would never learn it all in my entire lifetime. There's a huge amount still to learn. If you are not giving yourself time for education, you are making a mistake. There's a lot out there you don't know. And a lot of it, you don't even know you don't know. Continuing education. And that's the knowledge. So that was number two of assessing your situation. Number three of three in assessing your situation, strategies. What strategies are required to be successful? This is your budget, time, your physical environment, people, habits, anything you can do to make a process, to make a strategy to improve your situation. All right, so you build habits. And of the 3 Ps, the physical, the personal, and the professional, I want you to write down what your habits are in those areas. I want you to specifically focus on what would you like to add to your physical, working out, diet. What would you like to add to that? What do you want to add to your personal, family, friends? And what do you want to add to your professional? I also want you to take a moment to write down what the things you want to reduce or get rid of, not just the things you want to add. I want you to define, this is continuing the homework, I want you to define why that you must make these changes. Why do you need to make these changes? What is it about it that you've defined as something that is going to cause you to be successful if you do these things? Why must you make these changes? Considering your benchmarks of the physical, personal, and professional, write out your 6-month goal. When you want to reach something in 6 months, what about a year? Write out those goals. 5 years from now, what goals do you want to have accomplished by that period of time? These are benchmarks. Write them down. This is part of creating a timeline. And this is the final part of the 3 Ps to individual success. Take all your goals, create a physical timeline. Now, there's software for this too, and maybe that's pretty darn good. But I'm picturing a physical timeline so that you can see at a glance when you want to accomplish the things you want to accomplish. It makes it a lot easier to make adjustments when you can see the big picture, not just have it kind of sort of there in your mind. Maybe you want to create that dream body and maximize energy and focus within a year, 2 years. Maybe you want to create relationships with other fun and successful entrepreneurs within the next year. A lot of benefit. Maybe you want to go on 2 vacations next year. Put it on your timeline. Whatever it is that you want, if you can see it, you've given yourself the possibility of reaching those goals. You will get so much more done in a day. You'll look back a year from now and think, this really made a difference. The life you envision is worth all of this focused effort. Now, that is what I've brought to you today for the 3 Ps to individual success. And I really hope that you have enjoyed that and gotten something out of it. Before we end this, I'm going to bring Amanda back on because she has a fantastic promo code to share with you guys.
Hey again, everybody. Okay, so the big promo that we have for this week, really, it's going to expire on the 22nd, which is this Friday. So you have between now and the midnight or 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time to get this particular promotion. So right below me, if you look at it, it's going to be 25% off a 16 by 20 metal print. So that print's actually made of aluminum. So it's not a standard photographic print. It's actually something you don't need to mount. It's already aluminum. It stands up on its own, comes with a backer frame ready to hang on the wall. So if you've never printed your photograph or your image on metal, this would be the time to do it. The 16 by 20 is a really popular size. So I hope you take advantage of that. Just use the promo code METALROCKS in any of our ordering systems. So we have several ordering systems depending on what workflows you're ordering through us. But anywhere on digitalprolab.com, select the ordering system at checkout in the promo code area. Just type in METALROCKS after you've submitted your order for your 16 by 20 metal print, and we'll give you the 25% off. I hope y'all enjoy that.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for giving us this great promo code. You guys, if you haven't done a metal print, you got to see your work on metal. It's so different. It's there's some things that really just stand out and are freaking amazing on these metal prints. So take advantage of this offer and see your work on these metal prints. Thank you for that, Amanda.
You're welcome.
Next week on the Portrait Profit Show. So that is Monday. Is that the 25th? I think that's right. I hope it's right. We're going to be, the title is this a marathon or a sprint? Because you've heard that, life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And it is, but you know what? There's a whole lot of sprints that make up that marathon. We're going to be talking about these things that are important to us as photographers, that we need to sprint sometimes, but we need to have that overall plan so that we have a successful marathon. We have to include some rest time in there too, to get away from it all. So we'll be talking about, is this a marathon or is this a sprint in next week's? And can you believe there's only one more in this month, and this month is over? What? Because the next one after that is in November. And we're going to be talking about overcoming limiting beliefs. You know what? We all have them. We all have doubts, self-doubts, and they pop up at the worst times. But how do we push past those? There's a way to push past them. There's not a way to eliminate them. I don't think so. Maybe there is. If there is, then that's fantastic. I want to learn that. But I haven't found a way to eliminate this stuff. I've only found a way to be able to push it down so that I can use those things as pushing off points to be able to grow. And so we're going to be talking about that on November 1st. So please add these to your calendar. Next week's on Is This a Marathon or a Sprint? Noon on Monday. Put it on your calendar. And then the week after that, November already, Overcoming Limiting Beliefs. The one after that is one that Amanda mentioned earlier. That is a panel. It'll be in the evening, 6:30 in the evening, and that's on November 8th. And that is going to be on a similar topic of overcoming beliefs. But this is going to be a panel of different photographers who are going to be talking about their self-doubt and what they are doing to improve their situation. So that'll be the November 8th. I don't have a slide for that. So those are things that are coming. Fred Gerhard is commenting on your promo code Metal Rocks. Rick, I guess you have one that's metal. So you'll be able to see that one this evening in Elevate exhibition. As soon as this ends, I'm going to head over there. As soon as we finish this show, I got a couple things I have to do, but pretty much heading over there as soon as we're done. So Rick, I look forward to seeing that in just a little while. Let's see. Chuck says, love it. I don't know who said that, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh man, there's some good ones in here. Good. Punctuality. That is important, and it is one that I can certainly work on. So yeah, performance, participation. Yeah, good ones, Chuck. I appreciate that. Yeah. And Andres, pleasant portraits, passionately per plenty of. Oh yeah, you're fun.
5 times fast. That's funny.
All right, you guys, try to say that real quick. No, don't worry about it. Just read it. Love it. There's some other good ones in here, but I want you guys to take advantage of the that promo code at Digital Pro Lab. So I'm going to put that up one more time to make sure that you get that one down. So it's 25% off a 16 by 20 metal print. Those are super cool. And use Metal Rocks. I guess I shouldn't say super cool. I should say they rock. So Metal Rocks, and it does. It's fantastic. All right. So any other announcements we need to make, or did we do a good job with that, Amanda?
I think we covered the majority of it. I'm sure we're going to sign off here in a second and remember about 5 more things that are coming up, but
Exactly. I do have a photo 103 called Seeing the Light coming up starts Wednesday of next week. Seeing the Light. We already have several students signed up for it. I think there's 2 spaces left though. But if you go to Landers Photography School, landersphotoschool.com, you can get more information on some upcoming classes, private classes too, that can be scheduled anytime, coaching, all that kind of good stuff. So I think it's time to close this out. Thank you, Amanda, for once again, all the things that you do, for that wonderful promo code. And I look forward to seeing you in a little while at the Elevate exhibition at Herman Sons downtown.
Perfect. I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. All right. So you have come to the conclusion of another Portrait Profit show. I hope you guys have this on your calendar to be here next week. For Landers Photography School and Digital Pro Lab, this is Jim Landers bringing you the weekly Portrait Profit show, giving you evolving content, awareness, and even fun to the business side of photography. We provide helpful information, step-by-step processes, how-to articles, and action steps that will help you with the struggles you deal with now so that you are constantly realigned to the path that leads you to the success you deserve. Bye-bye for now.